Hi everyone. By the end of this video, you will understand a wide variety of job opportunities that are available during your graduate studies and beyond. Before we dive deep into several jobs, we need to understand the logistics behind getting these jobs. Why? Because things are different for international students. Students who come to the US on F1 visa are allowed via three ways to work in the US. First is through on-campus jobs. As an international student, you're allowed up to 20 hours of work per week when school is active. That is, when regular classes are happening for that week. And this working up to 20 hours is referred to as a part-time job. Now, this can be through one job doing max 20 hours or through two or more jobs, adding your total up to 20 hours. And you can work to 40 hours on the weeks when there is spring break, Thanksgiving break, summer break, or winter break. And working 35 plus hours of weekly work is considered as a full-time job. Now, second is through CPT, which is called as Curricular Practical Training. CPT allows you to work off campus. Its purpose is to help you gain practical experience in your field of study. You can leverage it either part-time or full-time during your studies. You need to complete at least 2 regular semesters before you can use CPT. For example, if you're a spring 2026 admit, then you cannot work off campus for summer 2026. This is one of the reasons why fall is super popular as compared to spring, because the fall timeline fits perfectly into the summer of next year, where you can intern off campus. And the great part about this is that you can leverage CPT for up to 12 months during your program. The third way that you can work in the US is through OPT, which is called Optional Practical Training. OPT allows you to work officially as a full-time employee right after you complete your final semester exams. You don't have to wait to get your official graduation degree to start working. Initially, OPT is given for 1 year and is extendable for 2 more years if you're a graduate from STEM Masters, which is why traditional advanced degrees in law, MBA, medicine are usually not the preferred options for international students. So to sum up, on STEM Masters, you can work up to 3 years on F1. And if for some reason you don't have a job offer or you feel like you need more experience before you graduate, you can even use 12 months of your OPT time before even graduating. All these 3 types above are extremely valuable opportunities for international students to gain experience in the US. And now let's jump to the actual job that comes under each category and their respective salaries. Note that salaries will vary from state to state, as I explained in the US deep dive section. For this video, I'm taking the average minimum wage as $10 and basing everything around it. Starting off with the on-campus jobs. Top 3 jobs under on-campus jobs are research, teaching, and resident assistants. We've already discussed them in the last video regarding fundings for masters. Their salaries range from $30 per hour to $35 per hour. These are the highest paying jobs on campus. The fourth job is becoming a grader. As the name suggests, you will help grade the exams and assignments for a particular course. You will be given guidelines and you will be working closely with the TA and professor. This is also a semester-based job like TA RA offered by their department. But in this job, you don't get any tuition waivers. Their salaries are usually the same as of TAs and RA positions, but weekly hours are limited. When I was pursuing MSCS, I actually got hired as a grader during my second semester, but I could not continue it. I will explain that scenario sometime later. The fifth job is becoming a course assistant. Now, this is not an official position, but sometimes professors are not allotted enough TAs for a new course that they are creating, and they need additional assistants. So they open these positions anytime during the semester. Your job would require expertise in that course, and you will help build assignments, quizzes, assist with lab work, coding assignments, etc. This position can pay between $15 to $30 per hour. Then 6th and 7th jobs are that of a researcher and developer. Now for these 2 positions, you literally can work with any professor on the campus who is looking for some assistant on their projects. You definitely require some experience and skills in that domain that the prof is working on, and these skills can be as simple as web development, data analysis, or as advanced as working on a state-of-the-art research project. These positions can pay anywhere between $15 to $30 per hour. Now the 8th job is becoming a tutor on campus. Sometimes departments need additional manpower to address questions or to teach particular topics for undergraduate students. You would need decent communication skills for this position, and this job can pay you between $15 to $20 per hour. The 9th job is that of an IT support person. This job can include work like installing software, troubleshooting bugs, fixing hardware, etc. This position can pay anywhere between $15 to $25 per hour. The 10th job is becoming an administrative assistant. This job requires you to assist in the operations of the organization or department, like managing answering calls, setting up calendars, meetings, data entry, etc. This position can pay you between $10 to $20 per hour. The 11th on campus job is working as a library staff. This job primarily requires you to check in, check out library assets, act as a customer care representative, perform ID support duties for printers and computers, or it can be more like a direct administrative assistant role. This position can pay you between $10 to $20 per hour. The next job is that of a communications assistant. This position requires some skills managing social media. It can include creating content for that department, talking to clients, etc. And salaries can range anywhere from $10 to $20 per hour. So far, whatever we have talked about was all white-collar jobs. But hold on, blue-collar jobs are also available. And I would say for most international students who pursue an advanced degree in STEM, it is once in a lifetime opportunity for you to work as a blue-collar employee. It gets you humbled, it helps you appreciate even blue-collar worker more. It's a totally different experience from your lifestyle back in your home country, all while still letting you earn more than an average software engineer in your home country. It's sad, but it is the reality. These jobs pay you around the minimum wage, which in our case is from $10 to $11. These jobs include positions as follows. First is store staff. This is something like a Walmart employee for an on-campus store, but they can pay you around $10 to $12 per hour. This role can be a customer service role, cashier role, etc. Second is food service. The jobs in this category are widely available across campus. You can work at one of the dining commons, which you can imagine is like your hostel mess in India, but of very high quality. It includes positions like food preparer, where you can take different shifts like preparing salad or pizza or sushi or wraps, etc. And you can also become a cashier who checks in everybody in the dining halls. You can become a server who basically stands in a particular section and serves food on the plate. You can also become a runner. Runner is someone who works closely with the back-end and front-end folks, like who delivers food once food preparers prepares and delivers it to servers. Then you have the cleaner role, where you will be cleaning the dining tables or some sections where the food is served throughout your shift. Then there is a dishwashing role. No, you won't be asked to wash the dishes by hand. Your job would be simply to load and unload the dishwashers after rinsing utensils, or just set it on the belt if they have a bigger washing system. And you can also become a janitor, which I know none of you will take up. Under food service, you can also work in other cafes, coffee shops, restaurants on the campus. There, your role won't be specific like in dining commons. For example, you will be preparing food, not just of one kind, but also whatever order comes in. And also you could be calling out people's names for them to pick up the order. But the best part is for most of these roles, you get free food at least after the shift ends, and in many cases even before the shift starts. So it can save you time preparing your food at home and instead use that time for earning a few bucks. And you know what? You can always complement this job with, let's say, a grader position, which is offered for 4 to 8 hours per week. And for the rest of the weekly hours, you can pick this job up and do 2 to 3 shifts weekly. Now let's see what is possible on CPT. First is obviously an off-campus summer internship. You can work full-time for 3 to 4 months of the year, depending on when your spring semester ends and when the fall semester starts. For technical roles, salaries are very similar to entry-level roles for that position. If the full-time entry-level roles pays you $60 per hour, you can expect to get 80 to 90% of that rate. And if you're interning at big tech or other well-established companies, they also pay for your flights and housing. And in general, your hourly range can vary a lot in this case, from $25 per hour to even $140 per hour, which as of 2025 is being provided for the top roles in quantitative trading. Second way of leveraging CPT is that you can even do a part-time off-campus job if your company is willing to. Most well-established companies don't even allow it, but a lot of startups don't mind. And you can earn the similar 80 to 90% hourly rate of the entry-level position of the same role. Third possibility is that of a co-op. A co-op is basically an off-campus full-time internship during a regular semester. Sometimes a co-op is part of the program that you are enrolled in, and if it is not, you can work with the department and company to get the full-time CPT for a regular semester. Co-op can help you gain more experience before you head out in the job market. And for OPT scenarios, I've already covered extensively on different roles and the salaries possible under the US deep dive section, so please go watch if you haven't watched it yet. There is one other additional opportunity to earn some pocket money if you're in a decent research university. 99.99% of students don't even leverage it, but I even leverage this opportunity. And this can be on top of your 20 hours weekly. It is through random research studies that different departments take up from time to time. For example, if a research group is working on a VR-based gaming app and they want some users to try it out and give the feedback, they have opened up some one-off roles for these positions. You can expect it to be there for 2 to 3 hours, either for just one session or even more depending on the nature of the research study. Basically, you can earn up to $100 per month on average on top of the 20 hours work. And I would again emphasize, most of the on-campus jobs that you will do won't even come close to your full-time roles after graduation in terms of earnings. But the experiences and memories of these jobs will be close to your heart for a long time. Now, how to apply for these roles is not something you need to worry about now. Once you get an admit, that is when you need to worry about all of it. And I will be covering it in a separate section under the post-admit course for masters in the US to get you ready for the US. Although we saw the hourly rates in this video, let's do the real money talk in the next video. I will address tuition, cost of living, and by when you will be actually debt-free through various scenarios. I'll see you there. Peace out.